Hi, I'm Jennifer Angel. This is my January planetary overview, which I normally do every month. I am a little late because we're already into the first week. But anyway, it is a report that I have up on my pages on New York Daily News, which you can, go in and have a read of. So I thought I would, do it for you anyway. So sorry it's so late. But okay, let's go through. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I read this report rather than ad lib, which I do on the other reports. All right, so January, start of the year. It's a powerful month of planning, strategy, and reality. So leading up to the end of 2015, on December the 30th, Venus moved from the intense Scorpio to take up residence in the flirtatious Sagittarius. Okay, so perfect for a more lighthearted and optimistic feel to say goodbye to year 215 and open up with optimism and enthusiasm and hope and for the new year of 216. So week one, which is this week now, is Mercury, the planet of communication and commerce, went retrograde, and it does this 3 to 4 times a year, 4 times this year. And so on the 5th, it was in Aquarius and retrograde. So the energy can slow down your plans a little bit, okay? So it's like we're all raring to go to get things organized, and then we've got this little bit of a pullback. But it does give us a chance to think through strategies, get plans into place, and just be ready, to get into action. And while the doors of opportunity, when they swing open, then, we're going to be ready. So it's a great time for planning. Now, shortly after this, on January the 8th, Mercury will retreat back to the sign of Capricorn, and it stays here right through to the middle of February. So in Capricorn, you have a chance to face facts with any situations that might be, a bit difficult or confusing, and you can get some clarity on that. And by the time Mercury then heads back into Aquarius, it's very likely that you'll have your plans in place and be able to put them into action, okay? So the powerful combination of the Sun and Pluto as well have a connection on the 5th, also in Capricorn, so there's a lot happening in this first week. Capricorn, this can be pretty intense and it can instigate change. So the Pluto-Sun connection itself is a very intense and a positive energy, but you do get that sort of pullback with Mercury, and Mercury is also squaring Mars. We'll talk about that in a minute. It's almost like Mercury and Mars are sort of mess with the energy a little bit, but it's still a very good trigger for change. So with a little forethought, you can help to fine-tune matters around this time so they're more beneficial to you. So this interaction, especially as it follows with a square between the Sun and Uranus on the 7th, can cause a power struggle to take place and sudden developments that can take you literally by surprise. And with Mercury retrograde, there can be a great deal of confusion. So probably you want to sort of watch what you say. Think on your think before you react is really the motto for this week, I think. And because Mercury retrograde does cause confusion and mix-ups and misunderstandings, so be aware of that and make allowances for yourself and for others, okay? And now, fortunately, both of these factors will move quickly, as well as the Mars and Mercury as well. Excuse me. So we'll be out of it before you know it, but while we're sort of in there, you want to beware of doing or saying anything that you can later regret. So as I said, think before you speak is the motto. However, things have a way of working out in life. They really do. And what we first think is to be detrimental can really end up being, in one way or another, for the better. So try not to make too many rash judgments to begin with. So wait to see what happens when all the pieces fall into place. Jupiter will also enter a retrograde transit this week, the end of this week, which can cause another pullback on your plans and inspirations. So, however, be careful you don't allow self-doubts to enter your mind or your heart. This is a month to get serious about plans, get down to business, and believe in your ability to make your life happen in the way that you desire, okay? Rather than entertain doubts. So, push the limitations and the self-doubts aside. And with Venus and Saturn interacting in the sign of free-thinking Sagittarius, you are encouraged to be idealistic, but at the same time think long-term and stability, especially when it concerns money and relationships. At the end of this first week, the new moon in the industrious sign of Capricorn, it's all happening in Capricorn at the moment because it's the Capricorn birthday time, along with everything else taking in this star chart, and especially with 2 planets retrograde, makes these next 2 weeks a perfect time to get thoughts and plans in place. However, you want to wait for the time to be right to push the button to put them into action. Now, week 2, which is January, the week of January the 11th, midweek on the 13th, the Sun will be in a positive astral trine with advantageous and beneficial Jupiter, usually an extremely beneficial astral aspect, but as Jupiter retrograde as well, the effect is somewhat dampened. However, as this is a practical Earth trine, the ability to make things happen and to make a difference in your life, or the lives of others, is very achievable. The Venus-Uranus trine can give things a push in the right direction as well. The next day, on the 14th, the Sun connects with retrograde Mercury and can highlight past issues to be dealt with and cleared. And not just for now, but for once and for all, releasing blocks that may be holding you back. And that's what we're always trying to do. So a connection between Mercury and Jupiter can help you see the blessings in life of anything that you feel perhaps unhappy about or discouraged about. All right, so moving on to week 3, a week of January the 18th. Excuse me. Right at the start of this week, on the 18th, motivating Mars interacts with inspirational Neptune in a favorable trine connection in water signs. So this is going to highlight and prompt you to get in touch with and pay attention to your instincts, your intuition, your gut feel, and anything that comes into that area, so you can just have more of a knowing of what's going on around you. So in other words, you don't want to ignore those intuitive nudges. Now, the omnipotent energy of the Sun will move from practical Capricorn this week on the 20th to the more intellectual and inventive energy of Aquarius, and brings with it a feeling of anything is possible, even if we are still treading water waiting for Mercury to come out of retrograde on the 25th, okay? So the same day as the Sun enters Aquarius, Mercury in Capricorn will square with Uranus in Aries, as well as connect with Pluto. So it makes this a time when changes either of your own making or someone else are very probable during this time. And with Mercury, Pluto, and Uranus all interacting, it can get pretty intense, and intentions can be revealed and come to the forefront with you gaining some realizations not only about yourself, but others and their intentions. Now, Venus will make a move to Capricorn on the 23rd, which will focus your attention on love and money. And some of you may find that you make a commitment to either do something that will help to boost your bank account and provide security, or make a commitment to a sweetheart. Venus in Capricorn is not as fun and light-hearted as in Sagittarius, but this month it's all about getting down to business with your work as well as love and money. So Venus in Capricorn will certainly help you think in more practical terms as well as long term. This week closes with a full moon in the upbeat, positive sign of Leo on the 23rd and provides a welcomed, lighter energy. This is also a feeling of being resigned to the events that have seemed inevitable during the week and an openness to put them behind you and embrace what's anticipated to come next. Now, moving on to week 4, the last week, January the 25th. Finally, Mercury is going to come out of retrograde on the 25th and make his way forward and provide the energy for everyone to just get back to work, put plans into action, which is going to help you just bring your dreams to fruition, to reality. And on Mercury's way forward, he does connect with Pluto right at the end of the month, and this closes off this Pluto-Mercury interaction. And it's going to give us all a chance to say what we think. So we've had plenty of time to think about it through the month. So this is now it's in a more positive fashion rather than a confrontational fashion. Okay, so all in all, it's a very interesting month to commence the year, and one that will give us a chance to review and reset plans, release past issues, speak our truth, and move forward with certainty and purpose. So it's an interesting month to start the year off, that's for sure. And I really believe it's going to be a fabulous year, 2016. I'm counting on it, and this is a great way to commence. So love and luck to you. Thanks so much for supporting me and watching my videos. I'll go ahead now and do the weekly reports. Bye for now.